This is a game I've always wanted to try and learn. Timberborn. I've played it once and it went well until it didn't because I didn't quite understand how dams worked. But today we're going to learn how to play this game properly or fail spectacularly. We'll see what happens. I've really only seen this game be played by Real Civil Engineer, so I basically know nothing. And I'm going to have to follow the tutorial again because I last played this for like 2 hours a month or two ago. But I thought this would be a fun little game to just try out and see how far we can get. Last time I tried this map and I think this map is too close. It says beginner friendly, but there's quite a lot going on. So I'm going to go with this smaller map here, this waterfalls map, because there's like one river you have to deal with, and then there's this bad river. If you haven't seen this game before, this is Timberborn. This is a game where you play as a bunch of beavers, and you have to build a city, and it's all about water physics and using water to gain power and grow food and all that stuff. I think it's really cool. It's a really fun game. I'm not very good at it, but we'll see. What we're going to call the settlement? That's a good question. We're going to call this Paul is beavers at stuff. I don't know keybinds. There may be a pause keybind. Maybe I should look that up. Key bindings. Space is pause. That's a good button to know. Welcome. This tutorial will help with all the basics. We need some lumberjack flags. So we need some lumberjack flags to cut down trees. We've got some... So let's actually just have a look at the map. What's going on here? So we've got some dead trees up here, some alive trees down here. We've got some berries down here that we know we're going to need for food. And as you can see, the way this works is the river, which is here. I mean, if you can't see the river, that's on you. It makes green area a certain amount of distance away, and I guess there's also elevation to it because this area here isn't green. Then there's also the bad... Where's the bad water? I mean, if you can't see the river, that's on you. This is the bad water here. So the bad water comes out here and causes all sorts of problems. We need to put some lumberjack flags down. I think I'm probably going to do this side. Eventually, we want to get over here because we actually need a lot of space. There's not much space. So we're going to need to really think about this because we're going to need a place for food. I'm going to need to be able to like regrow these trees eventually. So what I'm probably going to do is if I put a lumberjack flag over here and one over here. Flags cannot be built unless they're at district range. You to build them, and I think you can do that with paths, which is one of these. So look at who's this? Who's this? Jojen. Good on you, Jojen. Who's on the other one? Ronemp. Yay, there we go. Okay. So now they need to do something. So we'll not start working until you tell me what to cut. Use cut trees, which is down here. So you have to then mark the areas which you want to cut down, which is all of that. That square there. Just that square, please. We probably want to do something about cutting down this, but for now, that is okay. We just need water to survive. That makes sense. So we need water pumps. So we'll probably just build them. We don't need to be too careful. I think probably there and then that way. I might build 2. And then we need to connect that with a path. What I can do... Oh, you can see the river a lot easier. I forgot. Yeah, once you're in this mode, in the build mode, it unhighlights the river. So you can see the river a lot easier now. And the bad river, the bad water. But they need to be built. And to build them, they need logs, which is what these guys are doing. Hooray! Go get them logs. Who's building? We got Ziatarman and Ewanvan. Good names. So you can see they're milling around. This one here. Grab the logs. And eventually, we need to build these water pumps because if there is a drought, they need water to live. Yeah, so these are not going to regrow. So we're going to use this area for something else at some point. So I should be careful. If he steps on that land, does he get hurt? I don't think he does. I guess we'll find out. Also, beavers only work a certain amount a day. We also need food. So we need a gatherer flag. We need to actually place the gatherer flag. There. We need to actually place the gatherer flag. More difficult to say than you think. We're probably going to put that just here. We need to fast forward through the night because at the moment, everyone should be sleeping. They're being very weirdly awake. There you go. Fell asleep. Okay, so that's now built. So we've got another one in there. We have one jobless beaver. I've done the gatherer flag. What's next? Build an efficient farmhouse. Okay, so this is now where we actually... I'm gonna jump ahead a little bit because I want to make sure that these can store water. Which one is this? Small tank. I am just gonna, just for a little bit of my own sanity, I'm just gonna store a little bit of extra water. You can pause buildings if... Yeah, so workers. There's a lot going on in this game. Workers. So obviously everything here needs to have someone doing that job. That's how jobs work. I wouldn't know. I'm a YouTuber. Including there is in here builders. So the more things you need to do, the more beavers you need. And if you don't have enough beavers, you can pause things. So let's say that this becomes completely obsolete. We can pause that guy and he can go do something else. Anyway, we need to build an efficient farmhouse. It requires 25 logs, of which we have 8. Now, where do I want this to be? Well, I put the actual farmhouse there, and then, if I recall, they want you to do a 10 by 10 in the tutorial. Yeah, let's put the farmhouse here. Let's put the farmhouse there. We actually have 2 jobs. Why do we have 2 jobless beavers? Oh, someone grew... Oh, right, yes. That's something else we need to know. What's wrong with you? Why are you so upset? Oh, you're thirsty. Oh, people are thirsty. Well, that's fine, because you just go get some water. When beavers don't start off as adults, like all children, they are not productive members of society. So they start off as a child, and then they eventually grow up, and then they become useful. And when you get new beavers, they start off as children. Gotta sleep through the night. And because they're all homeless, unfortunately, that does not help their mood at all. So there is a mood mechanic, and actually to unlock the Iron Teeth, which is the other faction, you need an average well-being of 15. So they're all fine. So they get +1 well-being for not being hungry, +1 well-being for not being thirsty. They are sleeping, which is good, but unfortunately they lose all of their well-being because they do not have shelter. And eventually they will. But all of these things will give a variety of well-being. So making it look nice, having some social life. Now, all the things that you as a person also works for beavers in this. I think the story is it's a post-apocalyptic beaver-filled nightmare or something. I don't know. Now that we've done that, we can continue. We need to plant 100 carrots. Yes, this is a 5 by 5, 10 by 10. God, I'm good at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. Oh, perfect. 10 by. You know what? Close enough. That's 10 by 10. We'll do a little bit more. We'll get that entire section there. So farmers will not start working until you tell them what to plant. We don't know what to plant. Crops need to be planted on irrigated land, which is the land with water. Otherwise, they will die. And now that we've done that, we've got some... Now, this is where they asked you to do the storage. So we've already built one small tank just because I wanted to get ahead of that. And I've set it as water. You need to build one large pile, which is this one here. And that helps store logs. Now, I'm going to put this one down here. And while it's far away from this one, this is where I'm going to be replanting trees. So I think it makes a lot more sense to put the large pile there. But the small tanks, they can just go along there. Can I set these to water immediately? Ah, yes, you can. I'll set those to water. Set that to logs. And as you see, there's bigger versions, but you need this resource, which I'm trying to point out with my mouse while I was doing it. Post. That's science, which I think is the next part of the tutorial. And basically, science allows you to research things. Eventually, though, this is going to run out, and whilst these trees do grow, it takes them quite a while. These ones do not grow back. These are dead forever. There's also trees over here, and as well, these will the food will also be something that will need to grow back. But once we've got this farming sorted, these berries aren't really a problem because berries don't even count for nutrition or anything, so not that useful. Well, someone else grew up. Oh, look, Carrots. Carrots grew up and went straight to the farm. Great news. On to day 4. Doing pretty well so far. I believe that the aim of the game is to build this thing, the earth recultivator, which requires just tons of stuff that we don't have, like metal. I think that's over this is metal here. There should be a like permanent metal as well. That's metal. I think there's like a this, so that gives you infinite metal because there's no way to regrow metal, turns out. Much like concrete, it doesn't grow on trees. Okay, with logs of water having a place to store, you should prepare some for berries and the upcoming carrot harvest. Okay, this is... I don't remember doing this, but sure. Medium warehouse. So these can actually be stacked on top of each other because they've got a flat roof. I mean, we definitely want to put the carrots there. And we might as well put the berries there, although we'll probably change this to something else eventually because you can't just change it as and when. So that wants to be carrot. That wants to be berries. They'll get built eventually. These are now all planted and they become carrots in 4 days. Very useful. And then I think the next thing will be housing. And I think probably housing goes in this area, right? Because nothing else grows. Eventually, I think you can dig stuff, and then you basically dig channels where the water can come down, or you can reflow the water in various ways. Because, yeah, realistically, there's not a whole lot of greenery, is there, with this map? So you do want to get water around. Because there is also, you want to have different kinds of food. Because different kinds of food gets you the nutrition, which increases their well-being, which makes them work faster. Yeah, so yes, with 0, they are 0% working, 0% speed, and 0% health, or life expectancy. When you get to tier 2 well-being, they move 5% faster, and they're blah, 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 blah. So plenty of ways to improve, so we do want to do that eventually. So once this is built here, I think it's going to ask for science, which I will put over here as well. I think anything that doesn't really need water, because also we're going to need... Yeah, there really isn't much space, is there? Because eventually we need to use this water for power, like water wheels and stuff, which is cool. But where do we do that? Because space really is a premium on this map, isn't it? It's a more simple map because there's only really 2 rivers that are a problem. The other thing is if the drought lasts too long, these things will die. They die after a certain amount of time. I wonder if it tells you. Drought resistance 2 days, yeah. If the drought is more than 2 days, then the carrots die, you have to replant them, and that's causing problems. Currently we have a fair amount of food, we've got a lot of water stored. In fact, do we have full store? Well, yeah, we are full on water storage. Maybe we pause. Because the other thing is when the drought comes, if you have got this dammed up, these pumps will lower the actual water level. So maybe we pause one of them at some point because we got a lot of water and not much. Yeah, because how much are we... Say how much you use per day somewhere. Population. That's not it. Somewhere I think it tells you how much stuff you're using. Housing. Well, is it migration, distribution? I don't know what any of that means. We won't look at that for you again. Somewhere I think it tells you how much people need per X. Let's crack on. Rot sack. Whoa. Nurgle. I'm changing you to Nurgle. Sorry. You're very unfortunately named Rotsack. Let's finish building this, which is almost done. There we go. There we go. Inventor. Science. Right. So this is where you build the Inventor Hut. There. So I think we could probably just put that... We'll have a little science area over here. I think we want it kind of away from this area because we may want to expand that. So let's put it over here. Let's have a look at little one. Let's put one there. Just the one for now. We'll path over to it so people can actually reach it. That's the stairs. I mean, look at this. Even stairs cost 70 science, right? But how much science does this thing give? Let's have a look. 1 hour equals 1 science. So in a 16-hour work, so you're getting 16 science a day. So it does build up pretty quick. How's the food going? Food nice and growing. Food is nice and growing. The trees are starting to run out, and I think... Although these ones are starting to grow back. Yeah, some of them just are dead. Some of them do grow back. Anyway, the inventor is in. We now need to build some houses. So we want to build 6 lodges. So each lodge can hold 3 people. And the idea, I believe, is if build enough lodges to house all your beavers, beavers will not reproduce unless there are empty slots for kits. So if you have... We have currently 12 beavers. 1 is young. So if you have 6 lodges, that means that there's going to be 6 new beavers coming in. Obviously, you don't want to overexpand because at that point you will have too many beavers and you won't be able to feed them. So I'm hoping the tutorial isn't leading me astray. I think if I do an F... Yes. I don't want to put it right next to that. I'm actually going to put the... Because you probably want the houses fairly close to everything, because otherwise, you know, they wake up, come do a huge commute to work, and then barely get anything done. So I think it's more efficient. Probably put them... We put a row of houses here. At 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then what I'll probably do is start stacking them on top, like that. And then we have, like, high rises or something. Beaver high rises. That sounds cool. Slap that in. Get them built. We can let this speed up for a bit because, yeah, we've got plenty of time. I'm wondering, basically, once this is done, I'm wondering if we then put that down here and have 2 people working this area. I don't know. We've already got 4 science. We're already doing well. So look at this. Zooming through. Excellent news. Right, so we've got 1 house done. Nurgle has taken the house immediately. Oh, I wonder if they split themselves up. Because obviously, otherwise, they'll go, you know, 3, 6, 9, 12, and then these 2 will be fully empty. I think they do split themselves up eventually. We've got another throuple in there. As they get sheltered, they are no longer going to be upset, and that'll help with the well-being, which is good news. I think we can actually start thinking about what's next. So I'm pretty sure the tutorial kind of stops soon. I think there's still the dams and stuff. There we go. Look at that. Because majority of our beavers are sheltered, that's now negated this. We've got 9 sheltered beavers, 3 homeless. Who are the homeless ones? Who's the unfortunate? The unfortunate few. Kelraz. Wait, Nurgle? Nurgle is homeless. Did Nurgle get kicked out of their own home? Well, I guess they didn't want the Nurgle rotting there anymore. Sorry, Nurgle. I guess they don't assign themselves homes. They just move in, and then if squatters' rights, essentially. Nurgle was just kicked out immediately. But this looks going to house everyone, which I think is going to increase our well-being more. Then once these 2 are done, they may split themselves up, and then we'll have new ones. Hey, Nurgle grew up. That's good. And here we go. Here, look at these carrots coming in now. Perfect. So these are going to go into... They first store in here, so you can have an X amount in the actual farmhouse, and then they go here as well. Yes, all right, cool. They have split themselves up a little bit. So as you can see, there's space in there, space in there, space in there. And there'll be space in all 3 of these once this one's built. Oh... never mind. All right, cool. But we are happier than ever because of carrots. Ah, it's the carrots that do it. Very nice. I think we should be happier because everyone should be housed, but no one's going to sleep. Go to sleep. Yes, look. Shelter. So everyone's sheltered now. So we have 5 average well-being, which is, I guess that's the baseline, right? 5, because that means everyone's fed, everyone's sheltered, and you have some decent food. I guess 4 is the baseline because you could just try and live off the berries, which have completely run out now. So actually, this guy's probably doing nothing. So we could probably pause this for now and have him do something else. I don't know what that something else is. I'm sure we can work it out. This is where I'm not sure where we're going to put stuff. Because I'm concerned about space. We could put a water wheel here, but the actual buildings that you need. So you see you've got these power wheels, water wheels. They produce an amount based on the flow. The issue is the stuff that needs it, which is things like a lumber mill, for example. I mean, they're not huge, but they're big enough, right? Like, you could probably get a lumber mill in here. We can transport power, but I think because this is the start, we're probably gonna have to work some stuff out from there. Maybe over here would be good. I don't know. But we'll just do what the tutorial says just to get started here. Power wheel. I think we want it that. Ooh, entrance is blocked. Okay, so we want it that way. Oh, that's a power wheel. That's why. I guess just there. Just next to it. I know there's probably a efficient way to do this that flows the water, but I don't know what it is. Slap a water wheel there. I think this is the best place because there's a bit of space here. We'll slap that there. Probably need to get a... No, we don't want a path over there because we don't want the path to go to the water wheel. I'm assuming they can build it from there. I assume they don't need a explicit path. I hope not. Oh, we have two jobless beavers. Who's a jobless beaver? Kugath and... Oh, Nurgle. Nurgle's being a problem. So I think what we can do, we can actually just increase this. So there's now going to be 4 builders. Obviously, if we need other jobs doing, we can always get them sorted. And I think these guys are all going to produce... I don't think they all will. What's that mean? 6 free beds. Are they all adults? Yeah, all adults. So they're going to produce 6 children. Those children will need to grow up eventually and become useful members of society. Until then, they are, again, as with all children, they drain on all resources. Yeah, because I think logs are always... just instantly taken. And also, yeah, this is the other problem. It also means that when... I probably should have put a gatherer flag and done these, because I think these grow back. Hey, there we go. Ooh, look at this. 3 new beavers. We got Adjuvnuk, Akrager, and Zelia. Great names. So they are now born. I guess there's a limit per day, because there were still 3 gaps, right? So I think Nurgle was one of the parents, which is, you know... We're plenty of food, though. We're getting good food storage. We've got good water storage. We may want to put another water storage in. We're just going to finish this water wheel. I think it's asking for planks and power, but we don't really have that ability. And I'm kind of concerned. What I'm going to do, I'm going to lower... So you got priorities here. If I lower this workplace priority here, it basically means that anything else where there's a priority will jump the queue. So if I put a lumberjack flag here, and that'll be neutral priority, one of these guys will jump onto it. But it just means that any excess can go into there. So I'm going to do that first. I think it was down here, wasn't it? Lumberjack flag we're going to put there. And we're going to cut all of these trees. I think we're also going to just... We're not building anything else, so we don't need to have a priority there. But someone's going to jump in there. Who was it? Kugath, and I think they've come out of there. Yep, so there is now a space there for if needs be. I think even though there's not many trees here, I think because these are starting to run out, and these are starting to run out, I really need to get more logs. Because logs are always... We have not touched this large pile. So we should do that, and then we should do the lumber mill. But whether we actually are able to... Yeah, because I kind of want to do it there, but we need a power shaft. I think if it touches, it's powered. So it might be a bit of a... I think there's actually probably better, right? Because then it's powered. And then we can just path that way, like that. And then that will be a job that one of these people will go into, but I don't think we want... I think we want to pause this immediately because we don't want to be spending... Yeah, right, stop. So Nurgle's jumped in there. Of course they have. But I think we're going to pause this job for now. Because, yeah, it takes 1 log to 1 plank. Although we're not building anything else right now. What's the next job? Build a forester. And that does require... Well, we've got the science for it, but it requires... So it does require planks. So we shouldn't pause this right away. The forester is going to help, because essentially we can then assign an area and just fill it up with trees. And I think if we use oaks, it's the best, although they take a long time to grow. That should help. Yeah, look... I am concerned about this map, because you do need a lot of farmland. We're going to have to try and get water further. I guess what you could do... Let me think about this. You could put a dam here, right? And have the water flow this way and basically kind of start flooding this. Oh, no, what you want to do, actually, you want to put the water in here. That's like a little divot. And that will extend the... How far away can you go from the water? Like, what's that? 10-ish blocks? Putting it there would basically cover this whole area. So we want to somehow redirect water into this, right? Maybe. I don't know. We'll work it out. Work out when we get there. We need to build the forester. We should be playing the game. The game shouldn't be paused. That was just Paul thinking too long. So that's all going. We have 1 plank. Oh, we've got a new beaver. Equinus. That's a cool name. We've got 3 planks now. 4 planks. We can only store... What's that? 13? That's not too bad. And the forester here... Oh, we actually... Probably nearly there, so we should unlock this. Forester, unlock. Unlock the forester. That seems like a... Right opposite the house. You kind of want to have as much space as possible, right? I need to pause this. I need to pause to think. Maybe there? I mean, it's not... Or there. There. I mean, either of those work, right? That seems to... Why does that do more? Is it because of just where this path is? I'd have figured that what, like the back of the houses is just a dead zone for when it's there, but not when it's, even when it's not flipped that way. That is interesting. I'll plonk it there, I think. We got loads of carrots. I'm actually going to then change this. Yeah, because I think we're actually going to get full on carrots. But to be fair, they're still growing, so that should be fine. And we have got more beavers. Water is starting to go down, so we need to make sure that's all fine. Are we going to get a new beaver? I think there's still space for one. Yes. Oh, no, the opposite. The opposite. Girisha. Oh, no, we lost a beaver. What's wrong with you? Broken teeth? Oh, no. You're lowering the well-being of everyone. Yeah, Girisha's just... I mean, I guess they are homeless and unemployed. They're dead. Well, they get 20% work speed. That's pretty good. Yeah, so you are the lumberjack. I think you're the northern lumberjack, aren't you? You work there, yeah. You've broken your teeth. It's dead wood. How are you doing that? Right, so we need to fix that because broken teeth... No good. I think it's in there's a well-being section somewhere. Teeth grindstone. Here we go. Put that just outside the base there. That requires just 5 logs. That's fine. This will be built first and then this can be built. I'm going to want someone in the forester to do foresty things. Building like worker. What's wrong? Oh my god, we got no workers at all. 4 vacancies, 11. Oh, because because one died. So I guess, yeah. How the wrong one. How close are these guys aren't going to be ready soon? What do we do? I think we pause one of these. Do we? Oh no, we definitely do want someone in there because that needs building. So I think we pause a water pump for now. I guess we could have also paused this. We might as well keep building planks. So we'll get that done. Yes, we get that done and then we can... Oh yeah, what's next? Plant birch. Trees need to be... So why is it suggesting birch, do we think? So birch takes 7 days to grow, has 11 drought resistance. Oak has 30 days to grow, but it's 8. So 7, 1. To get 8, you need 7 times 8, which is 56. So that's 56 days for 8 versus 30 days for 8. I don't know why it's saying... I mean, it's asking us to plant birch. We'll do 20 birch just to satisfy the tutorial, which would be of that-ish area. We get away with that? What's that? 12, 24, 27. That area should be enough to plant. But we'll do that area just because it's a more satisfying shape. Oh, now it's just... Good luck. All right. Great. It hasn't told me about the drought. That's fine. We can work this out. So we planted this now. I think what we're going to do, though, is just go oaks for days. Slap the oaks down. That's a mess to look at. I think we go away. Yeah, cool. So oaks are going to go in there. That's kind of a long-term solution. You can go fix your broken face in a moment. Do I unpause that? I think we're okay for now. I think. So we'll let this run for a bit. We'll see how it goes. So far, so good, I think. We've got the basics set up. I feel like something is going to go horrendously wrong at some point. Here we go. Drought. So what's going to happen? All of these blocks here are going to stop producing water. The water is going to not flow through here, and it's going to completely dry everything out. You're not going to know how long the drought lasts. So if it's going to last more than 2 days, we could be screwed. How do we solve this? We need a dam here, I think. Because a dam can also be used to go across. So maybe, what's the best place to put it? Maybe here. Because the thing with a drought is it doesn't matter about power. Because there's going to be no flow, even if you block the water here, the water isn't going to flow. So this isn't going to be powered. This seems like it's probably the shortest distance and gets you straight across. It also keeps the water this side for all the plants, because we don't care too much about this. Although, no, we do. No, for future proofing, we want to keep as much green as possible, right? So actually, we probably want it down here. Because we want to be able to keep this area green as well. And especially we want to then flow it into here. So I think there are dams, aren't there? So let's have a look at landscaping. Dam. Yeah, they're quite expensive dams. Yeah. Also, you can't walk through there. So I think we'd have to put it there for now. Maybe we just... what was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10 there. And it's probably the same there, is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10. That's going to be 200 logs for this, or 180. I wonder if we just plonk it. I guess you could do no, because you want the path all the way across. So we want 10. And also, it just looks neater. I'm wondering if I put it here for now, or here. I'm going to do that, and then we're going to path to there. So the tops of dams can be used as paths. And as you can see, how this works is essentially, I mean, how a dam works, right? The water level will rise, and then but it won't ever go all the way to the top because there is a gap here that lets water flow through. However, I don't think we have any... We need more workers there, so I'm probably going to pause you for now because we need to get on this. You can carry on doing what you're doing. So we're going to have 2 builders working on this. Is there anything else I can pause? Probably... No, I want to keep the logs up. You want to be doing that. We've got plenty of carrots. Oh, we have got 1 unemployed beaver. I think that's just because I did that, right? So if I unpause that. Oh, no, we do have one unemployed beaver. Did someone grow up? Who's unemployed? No. Oh, yeah, no, because I just paused this. So when you pause it, I think the worker goes out, but when you unpause it, the worker hasn't had time to go back in because they haven't played the game. You guys are still... How long does it take to grow? How old are you? I don't want to change your name. I just want to see how old you are. 4. So I'm guessing it's, what, 8 is adult? So... we're going to let them do that, and hopefully they start working on this. Here we go. Who's this? I didn't catch him. We got 3 days to do it. I don't think we're going to do it in time, but we could at least start this, and we can get it done by the end of the drought. Obviously, even if this stops, it does still take a... time does pass. It doesn't just instantly disappear. Everything else seems to be going fine. We've got plenty of berries. We've got plenty of carrots. Water is pretty stored. I think we can last a fairly significant drought. We will pause this whilst the drought is ongoing. We've already got 1 damn piece in, which is good. I don't think I want to increase their work time. 16-hour work days, like 7 days a week. Ugh, no thank you. Although the water is going down. Maybe, yeah, we do get through water. There's 2 empty slots. There's probably going to be a new berth at some point. Not today though. I don't know what determines it. Is it RNG? It might be RNG. It might be like a random chance if there is a gap, and that gap depends on how many other buildings there are. But eventually what we want is stairs and these platforms which can like go over the top of other things. Then you can essentially have... I haven't really done this very well. I might need to do it on the back, but essentially stairs with a platform there to get in, and then you kind of raise it up. There's also the well-being decoration benches and stuff. These all help with a variety of things, but we'll get to those eventually. We have a decent amount of science, but we do only have 1 guy. Zopham. Good job, Zopham. Got 2 of them in so far. We should have the materials for it. Trees are going in. Very nice. These take a long time to get through. 30 days to grow, but once they grow, 8 logs per. That's going to help us in the future. This is almost all complete here. Just need to those last few being chopped down. These are almost all completely gone as well, so I think this can probably be paused soon. Got 1 more day, so maybe I pause that. Try and get another builder to maybe get through this quicker. I'm not gonna sweat it too much. The first droughts on normal mode generally aren't too bad. Also does stop the bad water here, so this water will also stop flowing. I guess technically, yeah, you could use this for power, then power that way, because this doesn't care if it's clean or not. So you could use this water here. We could eventually go over here and use this as an industrial area, which makes a lot of sense actually. We use this for industrial, and it's diarrhea fueled industry, and this side we turn this into a extra little lake. All of this becomes good. I guess actually no. Look, there's almost a natural river here. We can get rid of those. Can we just press the demolish button? Interesting. I guess eventually you could do that for here if you wanted to go insane. But yeah, I reckon what we can do is we probably flow the water this way, get it into this. All right, drought started. Drought is 3 days long, which is unfortunate. It has stopped flowing. Ooh. Hello, cheeky. Some ruins under there as well. This stuff is already starting to dry out. I think because this has got some depth to it. Yeah, the flow is complete. Oh, never mind. There it goes. Okay, so that's now completely gone. So we can pause this as well. Yeah. Oh, that was bloody quick, wasn't it? Right. So this is all now starting to die. So this is going to die in 2.1 days, and the drought is 0.8. So actually, this is all just going to die. We can try and get... We need to get the last few here. These should all be fine. They die in like a bajillion days. These died in a while. These are already dead. It's just going to be the plants. Those grown carrots are going to suffer. But we should have our dam finished by then, so we can then start to expand over here. So I don't think there's much else I really need to do. Once this is finished, I will probably start up this again just to get that done, just to finish off these little trees here. So all of this is going to die. We're going to have to regrow our carrots, but we have a massive supply of carrots. Oh, we have too many carrots. I'm actually going to change this to 2 carrots. So we need to make sure the berries are gone. So hopefully they start eating the berries. Oh, we got a new birth here. Well, actually, you've got a couple... Whoa, that's a lot. I've not been paying attention. So our babies all grew up, so they're now in need of jobs. That's good. We've got a new birth, 2 new births, Wanjin and Jazala, and Kuguth died. So we do have 1 free bed still. So as they die and get reborn, it's going to kind of maintain the population. But because they take a while to get up to age, you do kind of want to always have the population somewhat increasing. We do want to make sure that they are removed. How do you get them to eat that? Can I prioritize them eating that? I don't actually know. Oh, the dam's almost built. Right, we should actually, because we have people, we can unpause this. Maybe you can get back in there. We don't really need this gatherer flag anymore. So we're not really caring about... Once you've got a farm like this, berries aren't that important. Especially because we've got such a stockpile. What's wrong with you? If you're hungry, go eat. What's your problem? There you go. They've done it. They worked it out. So there's just going to be 1 more day of this drought. Well, yeah, these are going to die. What happens? I don't actually know what happens when they die. Do you have to plant them or something? Or do they just not care? Hopefully they sort this out. They seem to not be doing anything. Do we have to delete them for demolition, or do they work it out? I don't know. Maybe they can't plant because it's not irrigated thing. That's why these trees aren't being put in, which is why this guy's not doing anything. Replant dead trees not marked for cutting. Do we want that? I guess yes. The dam is complete, so we can start doing stuff over here. We just want the river to come back, which it will be doing after this night. Oh, we are completely out of water. Oh boy. Okay, so we definitely want to unpause these like immediately. Okay, we went through water a lot quicker than I thought we would. That is unfortunate. Hopefully they don't get too thirsty before we can get these back up and running. The water will be back now. So we're on cycle number 2. Let's watch it go in slow time here. I'm bored. Let's go a bit quicker. You can see the green comes back as the water flows. Taking its sweet time. And yeah, here, because this was deep, this never really disappeared. Oh, they are starting to get thirsty. Oh. Hopefully, they got plenty of time. It's just they are now horrifically thirsty. Here we go. Woomph. Look at that. Okay, so they do just replant the dead ones. That's good. Get in there, everyone. Get some drink in you. Let's get these filled back up. Look at that. Beautiful. Now we have all this area to work with. Excellent. So we managed to get through that. We got a new birth here. Elaine and Tezzy grew up. We do have one beaver in need of a job, so we probably want to restart that because we've got plenty of planks now. I might as well restart this just for now. Who's going to go in there? It's Equinus. Everyone get yourself some water. We'll fill these back up eventually. We've got plenty of water there now, so that's all good. So a relatively successful, well, apart from everyone being thirsty. We'll definitely play more of this because it can go very wrong very quickly. Like I say, for example, this can then suddenly start sending bad water out, which just kills everything. So you do want to divert that. And I'm wondering, do we divert that way? That could be how you do it. The other option is, I think one thing you can do is basically just build a big dam here and just, when it's bad water, just chuck it out the other side. But I don't know. Plenty to be thinking about. But for now, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this, go like, subscribe, all the good useful stuff. And I will see you next time.